everyone, Paul Savage here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be tying up the Savage Squid. Now, I understand this is basically an intruder, but every fly nowadays is basically just a variation of something that's already been done. So I'm calling this the Savage Squid. I came up with this specific pattern. Let's get into it. So here we are in the future. I've just rigged up a traditional shank with lead eyes and a trailing hook with intruder wire. You definitely don't need to see that, but what you do need to see for this fly specifically is we're gonna add some chain eyes. We are gonna put those at the back of the fly on the bottom. This is going to act as the eyes of the shrimp, and they're going to be buried inside of this kind of fleshy shell that we're going to create for it. It looks really cool. Now, what we've created here is pretty unique. So these rattle, obviously, so it's kind of like a lure in that way. In addition to that, we've created an insurance policy guaranteeing that this fly rides level and that it rides hook point up, so we're not dulling our hook, which is probably the most important part of swinging fly. I'm gonna lock everything in place with a little bit of head cement. Now the fun starts. I'm gonna tie in some fluorofiber in white right at the back. If you don't have this, use some bucktail, use a little bit of flash. Anything you got. I know this is kind of a niche material. And then we're gonna tie that back just as far as the hook point. A few loose wraps and then go ahead and go in tight. See where I'm going with this? Rear eyes, feelers. Shrimp ice stub. Make a little dubbing ball at the back. It's just gonna be a kind of small prop for the next station. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that apart. Throw some wax on that. Goes right in front of the chain eyes. Now pull off some more of that shrimp pink ice stub. Got this fancy new angle for you guys today. So we're gonna lay that down as a scrim. I'm going with some ripple ice stub and shell pink. Going pretty sparse with this stuff. We're gonna lay that down, but only on one half. We're gonna take some EP brush. This is the 3" in Erie Emerald. I'm gonna go in, we're gonna cut this off. I'm just gonna lay that down right onto the half with the ripple ice as well. Fold the top, close it. I'm gonna spin that up. Go and pick that all out. We're gonna start spinning this up. Just work it all back. Just gonna grab 2 orange saddle hackles. Smaller ones, naturally much more pointy like these. Again, make sure you're angling this towards the bottom. So you want to do the bottom, but on the left, or whatever side you start on. And the same thing on the other side. Now we're gonna grab from a different colored saddle hackle, whatever, I know these things are expensive, whatever ones you have. And we're just selecting these using the same kind of logic we were using for the bottom. Now we're gonna tie those in on the top on the sides. Work that back, trim it. Now I'm going to tie some jungle cock eyes in on this thing. And the same thing on the other side. Tie in some gold wire at the bottom. And to create the body, aka the shell, I'm actually going to be using some more of this shrimp pink ice stub, but we're going to be wrapping it up on thread. So wax your thread. I'm just going to grab a bit, spin it right on. Once you get about 3/8 of an inch from the eyes, go ahead and stop. And then just run your wire up that. Capture that down. This will happen naturally as you're fishing it. I'm just gonna go in, rough that up a little. Just makes it a little bit more webby and transparent looking. I'm gonna make another loop and I'm just gonna right on top of that body, spin up a nice small amount of white Arctic foxtail. Stuff's really easy to work with. You could just slowly pull it apart in your fingers. Some wax in the loop. I'm just gonna throw that stuff in there. Just about 50-50 on that. And honestly, this stuff is so durable, I don't even pick it out first. I just go right in with a wire brush. I pull that all to one side and wrap that up. Fluffy white foxtail going directly on top of this beautiful shrimp ice stub body. Kind of glows from within and you can just slightly see through it, and that's only exaggerated more in the water. Now for the next prop, we're gonna be going in. Now for the next station, we're gonna be going in with rusty brown ice stub. I know that looks like an insane amount, but it's very sparse and thin. I'm just gonna lay a little bit more ripple ice on top of that. We're also gonna take a small amount of gold predator wrap, 1 3/4 of that. One always complains about picking this stuff up. Just lay something down over it and then lift it up. Something metal or hard that won't stick to it. Take what you think you want to put in and then usually cut it in half, literally. Now this one we used brown ostrich. I'm going to actually change it up for the one we're tying right now very slightly and just use this more shell colored one. So this is called ostrich scud tan. Now as for the length on this, we want these to be just coming back to essentially cover the jungle cock. That's our target length. So go in and find the feathers that are that length already, and those are the ones that we're going to use. So I would say between here and here. I like to go in with a clip, grab my ostrich about halfway down. Now while they're in the clamp, go in and space them apart and kind of lift them so they're parallel to the clamp. Same thing for this, I'm literally going to use a comb, just something long and straight, hard. Go in and press that down before you pull this out. Now we're going to go in and close this up. Go in with your bodkin and same thing, just space out the ostrich really nicely. So we're going to make a nice big loop for that ostrich composite loop. So my camera died right as I was wrapping up that final loop, but all you're gonna do is just wrap that up in a whip finish in front of the eyes. There's the brown, there's the tan. Tie them up, like I said, black and blue would be really cool, black, blue, and purple, or pink and orange. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Thanks so much. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.